What's up today, my fellow Madden soldiers? So what I'm going to be doing right now is going over every single cornerback that we have or that we know of in MUT 23 so far. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to let you guys know which are my top 2 cornerbacks in MUT 23. And as I go through, I'm going to talk about the stats and everything like that. I'm going to go through every single stat, but I'm going to reveal to you what's important when it comes to looking at a cornerback, at least when it comes to the stats. They might play different in the game. You might end up with a cornerback. His stats are probably horrible, but he might be an OP cornerback. So anyways, but I'm just going to go based on the stats and what we have and that information. So anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. So this 86 Roger Mccreery, he's a decent cornerback when it comes to certain stats, right? Acceleration. He got 87 man, 87 press, but look at his speed though. Like, I got to have a lot better speed. Once again, he might be decent on a theme team, but the speed is way too low for me. I won't pick him up. And considering that he's a rookie premier, unless you complete his set, he's going to be going for a lot of coins, in my opinion. So I definitely wouldn't be picking him up. Then we got this 86 overall, Mathis, 86 speed. So what I like looking at is the zone. Then I look at the man. And then I look at the speed, all right? Acceleration too, but you have to have, because you can't look, I mean, you want all the stats to be decent, right? So I look at different, so if he has 86 speed, and then he had 87 zone, 84 man, right, and 85 play rec, I'd be like, okay, this is a cool card. Also, if he had 86 speed, 87 zone, 87 man, 82 zone, you know, stuff like that, to where it has to be even out to where the card's going to perform decent. But in my opinion, the best card is going to be one that's all well rounded out, and it basically is what the overall of the card should be. That's the way I look at it. So this is actually a decent card. It's all right. But once again, though, I would only pick them up if I'm running a theme team. All right. So this 86 overall, Elam, I can't really pronounce his first name. I do like this card, right? For an 86 overall, it does look like an 86 overall version of a card, meaning that his stats are actually pretty well-rounded. I like the fact that they gave him 86 speed, 86 zone, and 86 press, right? And look at his jumping is even 85. So this is one of the favorites that before I knew about other cornerbacks in the game, he was one of the ones I'm going to pick up as rookie premier. And I still might pick him up as rookie premier, and unless I find other players that I'm going to need for my team. I don't know yet. But he is a good pick if I don't know who else to pick up when it comes to rookie premieres. But he is a decent cornerback. And if you're running a theme team, oh, this guy's going to be even more insane. Then we got 86 overall Kyler Gordon. This card right here is pretty even out. The only thing I don't like on it is a zone. I could say I am a strong advocate for play rec. Like, the play rec has to be higher for this, because it's like, it doesn't matter how high you could jump or how fast you could go. If you don't recognize a play, I mean, you're not really gonna be that much good out there in the field. But once again, though, the card might outperform what it says in consideration of his play rec. But he has actually 5 attributes that are pretty decent: speed, acceleration, agility, jumping, and man coverage. So it's, like I said, it's decent. It's a decent card. Can't really go wrong with it if you guys were to pick them. Then we got Snead, which to me, without a doubt, if you see my other videos, because I did one on the top headliners, he's going to be the fastest card in the game. And so far, what we know, he's going to be the best card in the game when it comes to his stats. We don't know how he's going to perform yet, because we haven't used the card. But according to his stats, according to the baked-in abilities and everything we have right here, this guy is I'm just going to say it from right here. He's definitely going to be the top one that I recommend. I'll show you guys my top 2 right now, but definitely going to be my top 1 that I recommend, because he's going to be the best corner in the game on day 1 of MUT 23. Unless they release a decent one for the legends. This guy at the onset of Madden 23, this is going to alter. I don't even have to read off his stats. Look at it, all his stats are insane. The only thing they ain't hook him up with is really zone, but everything else is insane. And considering he's going to be the fastest card, and if you're running a theme team and they give us +2 speed again this year, oh, it's going to be insane. Khalid Farley, I like him. Decent card. But to me, in my opinion, I might use him depending on what's going on. However, he's only good for speed, right? He's a fast card, so he's good as a budget beast. Once again, if I need an extra cornerback, because I say, for instance, I only have 2 good ones, then I will pick him up because of his speed. I would rather go for speed and have him on my team. His other attributes are all right, but once again, though, he's only good for speed. When it comes to being locked down and all that, according to the stats, it don't look like he's really going to be locked down. But once again, his card might outperform his stats. Again, we got this Darius Slay. It's all right for an 84 overall, but the card is not really all that. They usually give him decent cards, but for these last couple of years, they haven't been giving him decent cards. This Kindle Fuller, it's all right, but it's more like, I wouldn't even call him a budget beast because he's at 85 overall. It's like for an 85 overall, it should be a lot better. So definitely this card is not good in comparison to his overall. Then we got this 85 overall Kenny Moore. This card is a little bit more better, but to me, he'll be much more useful on a theme team. Now we got this 85 overall AJ Terrell. All right. So this card is all right, but considering him, his speed should have been, honestly, even though he's an 85 overall, they should at least hooked up his speed to about an 86. If they would have given him an 86 speed, this is actually would have been a decent card. Somewhere between a budget beast and then, upper, and I wouldn't even know what the name would that be, but someone in between who's just a little bit more than a budget beast, but he would have been worth picking up. He'll be decent on a theme team, but considering how fast he is, they should have given him at least 86 speed. Then we got this Tre'Davious White. Honestly, in my opinion, they actually hooked him up. Because in previous Maddens, they usually don't give him as much speed. He's been good at pretty long. I used him before, and he was locked down for me in other Maddens, but I don't know how this Madden's going to go when it comes to the cornerbacks. But according to his stats, he's actually pretty decent. Actually pretty decent as a cornerback. So I do like this card. 85 overall Denzel Ward. Once again, I don't like this card because his speed, he's always, the reason why a lot of people pick him up, he's usually at 82 overall with 86 speed. He's at 85 overall, his speed should have been like 86, 87. And based on that, I don't see a lot of people picking him up unless they're a Browns fan. But let's also consider something. I also believe that the EA done that intentionally to certain cards because they might end up giving us, the theme team boost, so they have to consider that when it comes to the speed of the card. I really think that's what happened because there's no reason to give this guy 84 speed. So I don't like this card just based on the fact of they should have gave him better speed. Then we got this Trayvon Diggs. For an 85 overall, it's pretty decent because they gave him 85 speed. Then he got 87 zone, 85 jumping. So he got 3 really good stats, and all the other ones are in the 80s. So it's a decent card. Once again, I'm picking him up because I'm running the Cowboy theme team. But if you're not running the theme team and he's not like fitting your scheme, I mean, definitely I wouldn't pick him up if it wasn't for that. I'm running the Cowboy theme team, so he'll do me a lot more justice than when it comes to your team. But once again, though, he might be more OP than what his card stats show. Then got this 86 overall Xavier Howard. It's pretty decent. Pretty decent. Once again, though, like I have to look at the speed, man. Like you have to have 85 speed and up to be decent. Honestly, in my opinion, 86 speed and up, but I'll give you about 85 speed to be more decent, right? To be able to compete when it comes to Ultimate Team. 83 speed ain't doing it. Even for a theme team, he'll barely probably, in my opinion, meet the threshold. But nah, I just based on the speed, there's no way I could recommend this card. This 87 overall JC Jackson, let me tell you one thing right now. This card is actually really good for an 87 overall. 85 speed, 86 acceleration. He got 87 play rec, 88 man, and 85 zone. All those attributes really matter in my opinion, and he has them all pretty much evened out, and they're very well, right? Considering that he's an 87 overall and he actually has an 88 overall man coverage attribute and an 87 play rec, that's actually pretty good. So he's actually a decent card, and if you're running a theme team, he's going to be even more vicious. So this is a card I actually do like. Because the last card that we're going to be speaking about, and the card that's going to be my second recommendation, right? So either you pick either L'Jarius Snead or Jaylen Ramsey, or you can pick up both of them. But to me, those are going to be my top 2 cornerbacks, is L'Jarius Snead and Jaylen Ramsey. And before in previous Maddens, if you would have asked me to pick up Jaylen Ramsey, I wouldn't have picked him up because they usually do him on his speed. But look at this. They gave him 86 speed. To me, in my opinion, that's going to be somewhat like a threshold. That's all I'm basing it on because the speed is not all that this season. And on a theme team, it's going to be even more crazy. So 86 speed, 87 acceleration. Look at that. All in the high 80s. 86 agility, 86 jumping, 86 play rec, 88 man, 87 zone, 87 press. All right. So the only reason why he's my number, he should be my number one, honestly. But L'Jarius Sneed is just that speed, man. He just, and he comes in with baked-in abilities. Like, you can't beat that. But if it wasn't for those two reasons, Jaylen Ramsey definitely will be number one, because his stats really overperform when it comes to his overall and how well-rounded they hooked up his card. So L'Jarius Sneed and Jaylen Ramsey are going to be my top two cornerbacks. As you can tell right here, look at those two cards are juiced up, man. Like they're, I don't know how much they're going to be going for in the beginning and stuff like that, but probably going to be going for a lot. And considering they give him an 88 overall again, so if I'm able to pick, like I said, if I pull him, I probably use him for a gameplay, because he's not probably going to be going for so much, I would have to sell him in order to get my team rounded out. But he's definitely, if you don't have to get rid of him, he's definitely one of the runs I recommend. But anyways, they're my top two recommendations: L'Jarius Sneed, Jaylen Ramsey. You guys seen the budget beast that I was in, you guys know about also, and the cards that I don't like. But anyways, let me know which is your top cornerback so far when it comes to MUT, and who you're going to be picking up and how you're going to be picking your cornerbacks. But anyways, there it is there. If you guys like seeing what you've seen, drop a like on the video. If you guys ain't subscribed to the channel, there will be more great amazing content coming your way. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I'm out.